Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you the save point technique, what it is and what can you do with it. So let's start. What is a save point technique? The main purpose of save point technique is to create structured snapshot of your entire project. It is something you can store, restore and use as a branching point for further work. This technique is based on the methodology that is called Snapshot Prompting, and Snapshot Prompting works basically by making AI act like an analyst-archivist. It synthesizes the field conversation history into a compact set of project metadata. And there are two strategic functions of it. The first one is context clearing. It works basically because the model filters out noise and keeps only the key decisions, and interface testing, because the model must generate a structured overview. It is forced to analyze the project more deeply and produce higher quality synthesis. And what are the best data formats for doing a save point? It is JSON or YAML. Why is it better than using a plain text? There are three reasons. The first one is parsing reliability. So basically the model produces predictable, stable output. Ease of restoration recovery. Basically JSON file can be directly loaded into a new session or into external tools. And the last one is branching point. This snapshot becomes a clean base you can temporarily modify and then safely turn to make workflow. And prompt template for creating the ideal checkpoint. We will use it and we will test it in a moment. So the first one is system instructions. You have to paste it into your model. So the example of system instructions can be you are a project architect. Your task is to analyze the entire history of our dialog and create a compressed, dense snapshot of the project state. This snapshot will be used to restore the context in a new clean session. The next one is task, because we have to ask him to generate a JSON object containing the only critical metadata and decisions made so far. And the last one is JSON constructions to make sure it will work well in the new chat. You must strictly adhere to the provided schema. Do not include any additional text before or after the JSON block. And now we will move to Google iStudio and I will show you how to do it in practice. So basically, I have prepared a very short chat. I asked the model, "Hi, how are you?" And he responded me very politely. So I asked him that he has to be mean to me. And we will check now. He was, as you can see, very rude and mean after I wrote that. So now we will check how to make this save point. Basically, we have to paste our system instructions. So we are copying that and we have to paste it. This is exactly the same what we were looking at before. So we have to click enter. And now he will produce probably a plain text, because we didn't ask him right now to do a JSON file, but we will do it later. So we are waiting for him. Or give me a break, she's still mean to me. So project state the regretful masochist protocol. So you can see what he wrote and read it. But it's not important. The most important thing is to generate our JSON file. So we are copying that. We have to paste it and run it. Now we have to wait. Again a moment. He's thinking. And now he will produce a nice JSON file that we can copy. Oh. You can see it's really nice. And now we can make sure it looks good, but we can also paste it that he should not include any additional text before or after the JSON block. As you can see, it's good, but we can try and run it. Probably he will give us the same file, but we can test it as I said before. Now again we have to wait. And you see, when we ask him to do not include any additional text before the JSON block, here we had a text, and now we have a plain JSON file that we can copy. And in this video, that's all. In the next video, we will use this JSON file to make a memory migration. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like it, please leave a like and subscribe the channel. And I hope to see you in the next one.